What up, YouTube? It's your boy Fadda here, starting this new, YouTube channel, new gaming retrospective slash streaming slash whatever I end up turning this into. And I am reviewing a game, Naruto Uzumaki Chronicles. For no joke, I played this for the first time ever, just recently. Why? Because I grew up on Uzumaki Chronicles too. And if you want to start a retrospective gaming channel, then you have to do things in canon order, I guess. So here I am. I fired it up on the Aether EX2 PS2 emulator because I don't have a PS2 right now. I could get that if, I ever feel like it. But yeah, I emulated the game. And yeah, I just started playing it for the first time. Anime has been my thing like pretty much forever. Dragon Ball Z. Like I've known Dragon Ball Z pretty much my whole life.
I am the hype!
Playing Naruto Uzumaki Chronicles 2 and watching the show from then onwards got me hooked into anime as an actual thing, So yeah, and then Naruto was my favorite anime for a time until One Piece came along and then that completely took over everything. But I digress. The point is, I just finished playing Naruto Uzumaki Chronicles and I'm about to share my, views on it, right? So yeah, kick back, relax, and enjoy. Let's get into it. Back in the mid-2000s, bro, Naruto was everywhere. I'm talking manga, I'm talking TV, I'm talking trading cards, and of course, video games. While most Naruto games at the time stuck to 2D or arena-style fighting games, Uzumaki Chronicles tried something a bit different. Beat-em-up style combat with RPG progression. And for better or for worse, a slice of life mission structure. I'll elaborate on that later. Okay, boom. So get this. The game launched in Japan in 2005 as Naruto Uzumaki Ninden and was developed by Kaguya, a studio later known for darker, weirder titles like Drakengard and Nier. In North America and in Europe, Bandai Namco released it in 2006. But here's the twist though. The localization cut a lot of content. The Japanese version had extra missions, extra boss fights, it had characters like Itachi, Kisame, Lady Tsunade, even giant summoning battles with Gamabunta and Manda. In the West, all of that shit was removed. The story was rewritten to remove all those elements, which left the plot feeling a bit empty. Or let's just say streamlined. Apparently the reasoning was because they didn't want to get ahead of the anime, that they made some changes in the game. For example, the Rasengan, Naruto's most iconic move alongside the Shadow Clone Jutsu, has been renamed to the Power Strike. A bit anticlimactic, I know. I feel like they could have came up with a better name, okay? I don't know what they were thinking with that one. But yeah, there's a bunch of small changes here and there. If you ever wonder why your homie from Japan has the better version of the game and makes it sound much more cooler than your version, that's probably why. Apparently Japan gets the good shit, I don't know. So what is Naruto Uzumaki Chronicles? Well, in modern terms, it's an action-adventure beat-em-up with light RPG elements. But in PS2 terms, it's run down the hallway, punch identical-looking guys, and repeat until the PS2 disc gets warm. Now listen, I love beat-em-ups, action-adventure games, RPGs. That trifecta is my shit. But here's the thing, this one shows its age, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to you. The first thing I noticed is the combos. Or the lack thereof. Okay, they are, but it's just, they're barely there. And if you pick someone other than Naruto, the combat gets clunky. As in, am I hitting them or am I just aggressively waving my arms around? Bruh, this game has a blocking problem. Naruto, or any of the characters used for that matter, cannot block. Which is hilarious because the enemies can. I don't know who balanced this. This is very psychopathic. I don't know. It's like the devs sat down and looked at each other and were like, you know what? Naruto's just gonna sit down. He's just gonna take it like the good little Genin he is. But no, seriously, all jokes aside though, you can't block. The enemies can. I don't know why on earth they did that. But hey, I think they're trying to make it more difficult in a way, but I don't know, man. It's just baffling in hindsight though. When it comes to the playable characters, there is Naruto Uzumaki, Sasuke Uchiha, Shikamaru Nara, Choji Akamichi, Gaara, Neji Hyuga, and Kakashi Hatake. But I'm gonna be blunt, Naruto's the only one worth using. And that's not me being harsh, the actual game agrees with me. Everyone else is on timers. So when you switch into them, they all have 40 seconds and you automatically switch back to Naruto. Instead of them being playable characters, they're more so support characters. Naruto is the only one with a decent moveset, and he's the only character in the game who can transform. The rest, you honestly just use them for their jutsus, bro. Not even for their combo strings. They literally just amount to kick, kick, punch, punch, and that's it. Kiba and Hinata make their appearances in the game through cutscenes, but they're non-playable. I don't think it would have hurt just adding them in, but they probably wouldn't have contributed much anyway. So with everything mentioned previously, I just stuck playing as Naruto, bro. He's the only one who has like a decent moveset, and everyone else just felt like they were still in early access or beta stage, bro. I don't know. The difficulty and the AI was honestly kind of weird, bro. It's like a pendulum swing, you know. 1 minute it's very easy, 1 minute it's difficult. 1 minute it swings wildly from brain dead punching bag to suddenly perfect dodge machine. So yeah, the difficulty was all over the place, honestly. The best part about the game, one of the best parts about the game was the boss fights. Honestly, they were pretty fun. They broke up the monotony of fighting copy and paste Rogue Ninja number 247, you know what I mean? So when it comes to the game's mission structures, the game tries to mix in linear and open missions, meaning that sometimes you're running down a straight hallway exploring for stuff, and sometimes you're just thrown into a huge battlefield, battle royale style, fighting a whole bunch of enemies. There is a variety in locations though, but it takes forever before you even realize what the story is. The opening hours of the game just feels like Naruto is just a freelancing, underpaid errand boy who's just doing little side quests here and there to make ends meet.
Yeah, that brother's starving.
It takes a while for the actual story mode to actually like really get going. So where does Naruto Uzumaki Chronicles fit into the anime's timeline? Short answer, it doesn't. Long answer, it sort of does. Sort of like in that way your high school yearbook photo technically counts as history. This is a completely original story, clearly written to exist around the main plot without breaking anything. So think of it as an anime filler arc. It really does feel like that though. But instead of like 5 episodes where nothing happens, it's 12 hours of gameplay. So making an educated guess, I would say that this story takes place after the tuning exams, but before the Sasuke retrieval arc in the actual anime. And honestly, it fits right in. We all know how notorious Naruto was with all its filler content, so honestly with this story, it slips right in.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
When it comes to the different character portrayals, everyone feels perfect. No, seriously, I'll give them credit here. It feels like they just took everyone from the actual anime and just put them in the game.
Don't give me that! I've got this! But that's... You're the original cutting ninja! Believe it, you fakes! And don't think I'll go easy just because you're women!
Naruto himself is loud, determined, reckless, and very energetic. It feels like he comes straight from the anime. I can't emphasize that enough. But then again, I feel like you can't get the Naruto characters wrong, honestly. Like we pretty much, even back then, we all know how the characters should feel. And they translate very well into the game. Shikamaru, Neji, Sasuke, Kakashi, everyone feels the way they should.
Naruto, get ready.
Huh? What? What are you gonna do, Neji?
You've gotten stronger. More so than back when you beat me. But I'm no longer the same as I once was either. Isn't it a good opportunity?
I see! That's what you mean! Got it! Yeah! Why don't we try and find out how far we've come? I should warn you, I'm not going to hold back!
Of course. If you did, what'd be the point?
So there's honestly no complaints in that department. But when it comes to the character models, that's where the age really shows. The models themselves are fine for 2005, but the facial animations are, let's just say, subtle. And by subtle, I mean Naruto can scream his ass off while his face looks like he's thinking about the laundry. You can't get the full emotional impact because the expressions just aren't there. Just to re-emphasize, the English dub cast gave it their all, which is impressive given the limited animation they had to work with. The line deliveries matched the energy of the anime perfectly. But again, with no facial expressions, a lot of that emotional punch just evaporates. So let's be real, this is a mid-2000s PS2 anime game. You're not here for photorealism, you're here for the vibes. And on that front, it's actually pretty good. As a matter of fact, I can go as far as say, it's fantastic. The environments are colorful, each with their own flavor. Forests feel lush, villages feel warm, deserts feel sandy. There's a certain PS2 era charm to everything, simple and vibrant. The catch, you can't really explore them. They're basically combat arenas disguised as locations. And no matter how nice they look, your main interaction with them is beating up the same identical goons in the same 5 spots. It's like visiting a beautiful park where the only activity allowed is punching tourists. If you're into that sort of thing, I don't judge. The music and sound, chef's kiss. The soundtrack, phenomenal. It's packed with a variety of songs, high energy battle themes, mysterious low tempo tracks for intense moments, and peaceful village music that makes you want to go grab some ramen. And somehow, Naruto Uzumaki Chronicles 2 tops even this. The composers outdid themselves, clearly put in the work to give each scene its own identity.
So, moving on to the story mode, it's not the best, which is a shame because it's literally the only mode in the game. You can do a little training thing if you want to, but aside from that, it's literally just the story mode, and it's not the best. It's loosely told and it's all over the place. It's probably because of the fact that, like, again, the Western version had a lot of content removed.
What's the idea calling me out to a place like this?
I want you to fight me, Naruto.
Why all the way out here? We can do that anywhere, right?
I mean a real fight. Live or die, play for keeps.
Why in the world do you want to do something like that?
I want to prove my own strength, and nothing else.
So the game does spice up a little bit. It teases a Sasuke subplot, enough to make you think that, things are gonna get really deep between him and Naruto, and they do for the most part, but it's really just a reminder that Sasuke is going through what he's going through. That whole, he went through a whole arc in the anime where, he was low-key jealous of Naruto because of his progression. So that's pretty much what it is in the game as well. They fight sporadically, within the story mode. As you grind through missions, some weird shit starts to go down. Shinobi go missing, people are concerned. Enter Orochimaru, who's up to quite the sinister plot. He's brewing up a sinister green mist that kills Shinobi and raises them as zombie soldiers. And surprise, surprise, he's plotting to attack Konoha with an undead army.
Hey, you okay?
Oh, too late. I'm done for.
Come on, don't give me that! Hang in there! What the heck is this place? What's going on?
This is a laboratory. I was a human guinea pig. They gathered us, condemned prisoners, and turned us into monsters.
You guys were prisoners? Then what happened?
Mist, green mist, made us like them.
Them? Which them?
Kill the intruder.
Oh, you mean them. Hey, hang in there! Ah!
I must kill.
Hang on! No, you don't!
We don't choose methods.
Uh-oh! He went and pushed it!
Must kill even if I go with you.
Kill. Kill.
I've got to get out of here quick!
I don't know why he just doesn't use the reanimation jutsu like he did, with the first, second, and third Hokage. Well, not third. He fought the third with the first and second without it.
One eternity later.
Okay, I digress. The point is, I don't know why he just didn't do that. I mean, that could have worked perfectly. But whatever, I'm not the supervillain. Orochimaru do your thing. And that's the main plot of the game. So our missions transition from fetch me some scrolls and advertise my store to punch zombies and stop Orochimaru. When it comes to the boss battles and key showdowns, the game throws together quite the rogues gallery. You fight a giant praying mantis. Yes, a giant praying mantis. You face off against Gaara in his pre-face turn antagonist form. Briefly spar with Sasuke during his mood swings. Okay, no, I'm kidding, man. I love Sasuke. He's my favorite character in the anime. But yeah, you face off against Sasuke sporadically, and you deal with Seal Sasuke and Dark Naruto in the Japanese version. Anyway. Again, that version of the game has all the best shit in it. In the final confrontation, as things escalate, Orochimaru goes full boss mode.
I never imagined you'd make it this far. I must say, I'm impressed. If he was fighting you three, I can understand Kabuto's retreat.
Orochimaru! We finally found you!
What the heck are you up to?
Nothing much. A simple experiment. I was attempting to develop a new jutsu. One for generating an army of undead that could be revived again and again. It seemed a good idea at the time. If you sorts could overcome it that easily, it's not worth the research. Tough luck, huh? Oh, this was nothing. If you knew my true power, Sasuke, aren't you ready to step forward and submit yourself to me?
In your dreams.
Watch carefully, Sasuke. Watch my power.
Bring it.
Yeah, bring it on!
Complete with a Kusanagi sword and a whole bunch of teleporting shenanigans. In the Japanese version, again, he's aided by Manda, the giant serpent, while Naruto summons Gamabunta to delay him. It's a whole chaotic cinematic boss fight that I do not have footage for, as I played the local version, so my bad. But it's still a good boss fight though, regular schmegular mid-2000s boss fight shenanigans, So for the most part, it does what it needs to. Playing this now, I can see why it didn't get the same love as Naruto Ninja Storm or Clash of Ninja. It's repetitive, and the cut content in the Western releases make the story feel incomplete. But there's a cozy charm here. The hub world, the slower pace, the mission-based structure. It almost feels like a lost PS2 era RPG that just so happened to have Naruto pasted all over it. If you're a fan of the series, it's worth playing at least once, especially if you can get your hands on the Japanese version for the full experience. Objectively, it's rougher around the edges. Clunky combos, balance quirks, filler storyline, but it's tied to my anime origin story in a way few games are. Well, Naruto Uzumaki 2, that is. Again, I started this one because, chronological order and all that shit. So, the final verdict, it's a solid but not bad game. The game catches the spirit of Naruto and the magic of early anime exposure. If you're into gaming nostalgia and Naruto history, give it a shot. But again, I have to tell you, there's a lot of shit that, the average person is not gonna tolerate from a game like this. And I do understand. But hey, if you like Naruto, if you like early gaming, give it a shot. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching my video. First YouTube video in the bag.
Woo! Yeah, baby!
Hopefully this is the start to something new, I've always wanted to start a channel. So hey man, hopefully this is the start of something beautiful, man. First one in the bag, so glad it's done. You know what I mean? Always wanted to do this, bro. So yeah, man. Please like, share, and subscribe. You know, do all that stuff. And I'll be coming with more videos soon. You know what I mean? And eventually, you know, I'll start taking requests, you know, on playing other games and so forth. And yeah, we're just gonna keep growing this thing, man. You know. So yeah, thank you for watching, bro. And I'll see you next time. Fadda out.